Hello everybody, this is your boy Mintleaf, YouTube's most skill issue gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Reverse 1999, this time with update 2.6 Folie et Déraison. So for this update, that was just launched I think a week ago, we are going to be welcoming 2 new Arcanists, and I believe that's all we have. I don't remember anyone else. Anyhow, let's begin with the with the entire update. First and foremost, Rural Jukebox. Over here we have Melania. Red and white Melania is going to be very good from this patch onwards with Recoleta, the new Arcanist. So other than that, we have the bank. Bank as usual. This is for those who want to... By the way, Wilderness is this one called the Antarctic Elysium. It's a very fancy looking theme pack. Again, this is mostly for those who like the Wilderness. For the Miracle Mud, this theme has been added called Notes of the Fool. For the garment shop, we have Willow, Lopera, and also Eric, but Eric is from the event. I will show you guys in a bit. Teller Machine, these packs are for anyone who wants to spend a little bit of money. I've already pulled for over here, pulled for Recoleta, who is an ultimate focus character. It is DPS, burst damage, and Moxie, that is true, but she really shines with her ultimate. By the way, there's also Eric's skin. I will show you guys right now. Down here. Looks kind of cute, by the way. Looks very cool. She's a knight. She's a knight explorer. And this is Eric's skin. And let's just jump straight into Folie et Déraison. So this is a main story event. You can see main story, and also things like a series of dust has been expanded. Recoleta story. Reveries in the Rain was just recently updated. But of course, this is endgame content that I won't be covering yet. Lucidscape, a new sort of expansion or evolution of Limbo. A little bit harder, but you do get some nice rewards. Into Limbo has also been updated. And later on, we have Main's Bulletin. We have, I believe, Betty's Anecdote. Beyond the Boundaries, Photo Axis returns, which is a mod that I have no idea what it was because I completely skipped the last one. Aleph, who is the second Arcanist, he has his own story, and Farewell Rayashki rerun in this patch. Moving up to back here. Nope, over here. Now for the achievements, as you can see, we have all the very standard stuff. Weaving of Shadows, this is, I believe, Recoleta's story. No, that is not Recoleta's story. I have no idea whose story that is. Okay, and also Betty's Anecdote. I genuinely have no idea what this is. Then there's also this, what's it called? Achievement for completing milestone tasks. That is very normal. Watch all chapters of both Aleph's story and also Recoleta's story. Okay, this is Aleph's. This is the Photo Axis mode that I really don't know and I really don't care. And this is also related to Photo Axis. And that's basically it. We will begin this episode with watching the trailer.
For us! For free will! For us! For literature! Our haven! The Panopticon! Nowhere else but here!
Doris, that blind writer? 3 days ago, she asked me for directions to Comala prison. Prison?
This is an experimental facility. Soon you'll see just what that means.
Jailer, who is the ruler of this prison?
According to the agreement, the Idealist and I represent the two factions of La Sociedad. In light of his possible assassination, the Congress will now be chaired by me. What are we doing here? What even is this prison?
You are a prisoner of Komala and a guest of Manus Vindictae.
Fiction and reality are two parts of a whole. We're trapped in a story with a predetermined ending.
Okay, so that was the intro to this chapter, Folie et Déraison. That is the correct pronunciation, apparently. Let's take a look at the shop real quick. The final roll, this is Recoleta's signature side cube. Do pick it up. In fact, I have money right now, so I'll pick it up. Gluttony, I will also pick this up because these are very useful. Crystal caskets I highly recommend because it's a bit because sooner or later you have to keep upgrading your character's resonance. Unilogs for free pulls, basically free pulls. And if you are a collector, the music and all of these as well, these are for your wilderness if you want. All tickets for the shop, brief cacophony also for resonance. Aleph polarization because you only get a limited amount every month. Golden fleece, and basically I recommend, as usual, I always recommend clearing out this premium shop up here. The ones down here, oh, they don't separate it, interesting. Basically clear out all of the premium stuff. That's my recommendation. Okay, let's just jump straight into the story. Let's collect this. That is a lot of money. Now let's jump straight into the story. This is going to be, it's really nice to see Manus Vindictae finally back in the main story again. We've been waiting for a very long time, especially after, well, the last chapter I believe was Tristes, was it?
Oh, Burton. Talk about...
Yeah, Tristes Tropics was kind of weak. Hopefully this one is a lot stronger. So let's begin with 9-1, the first one, 901, Prologue. Our story begins on the evening of March 22nd, 1991.
Hace algunos años, trabajé como guardabosques en un campamento en Cuernavaca. Allí conocí a un poeta surrealista mexicano. Estaba especialmente agradecido de que estuviera ahí. Unos animales habían entrado al campamento y los ahuyenté por él. No fue gran cosa, en realidad. Como muestra de agradecimiento, me explicó esta extraña historia. Una que ocurrió en un pueblo del desierto de Sonora, llamado Amalfitano, en 1975. La gente ahí seguía una creencia muy poco ortodoxa, que giraba en torno al dado de Babilonia. Un día, una investigadora con una maleta llegó al pueblo. Vino a estudiar sus costumbres locales, una razón nada sorprendente para que una intelectual erudita apareciera en un remoto asentamiento del desierto. But little did she know, this dusty old town and its peculiar custom would lead her down an entirely unexpected path.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt, Recoleta. Does this researcher have a name? She could be Nora, Joanna, or Teresa. Any name, really. I feel like you want people focusing on this story, not keeping track of who's who.
Thank you for your advice. But she isn't a Nora, or a Joanna, or a Teresa. She's just herself. A paracausality researcher.
You see that look? She's halfway to eating you alive. Face it, Maria. She wouldn't be the loca we know if she listened to anyone.
Ah, alright. So you didn't like the opening. Fine. I'll come up with something new. Maybe I'll start with a bit of exposition on the Die of Babylon, beginning with its origins as a secret relic created by an Aztec priest, imprisoned by the conquistadores.
I don't know if that's going to do much, hermana. I'm beginning to think we'll never figure out what you're trying to say with this novel. And, well... and this isn't your fault.
Ay Dios. Just tell her, Maria. We're going back to Buenos Aires.
¿De vuelta a Buenos Aires? ¿De repente? ¿Así? ¿Sin más? Pancho, Maria, what's going on? Did I do something wrong during our travels? Ah, see. I know what it is. I've bored you with my constant rambling over this novel.
No, Recoleta. It's got nothing to do with your novel.
Don't you get it? We're flat broke. Why do you think we're stuck here scrubbing tables?
Because we can't pay for all the mate we've been drinking.
That wasn't a question, Recoleta. We've crossed the continent, crashed the readings of all those prestigious poets, and leave the way a real artist should. And, I admit it, it's been just as amazing as you promised. But we can't go on living like this.
You know that we both care about you, and we believe in your novel too. I'd be lying if I said this journey meant nothing to me. Getting to ride around the continent on a motorcycle like Che Guevara himself? I never could have imagined I'd get the chance to go on an adventure like this. We got to live the dream.
A real dream. Except for those days when the motorcycle broke down. Though that was a real tribute to Che's journey too.
Don't tease, Pancho. Recoleta, since you invited us to join the Visceral Realists, we've both found amazing new ways to channel our inner poetry. Even though I still don't understand what in the world you're trying to say with your novel, or for that matter, what visceral realism actually is.
Maria, Pancho.
You told us not to worry about the definitions, to feel and to live in our words. We did just as you said, and it felt great. But... ahora el frío del invierno se instala. Y lo único que parece importante es ese pequeño pueblo ficticio.
I appreciate your honesty, amigos. I was worried the problem was much worse than all that. Winter here isn't as dreadful as you think, and I know just the place to keep us warm. It was 1520. Arcanist Ferdinand Magellan sailed across unfamiliar waters under orders from the Spanish crown. Over the vast gray sea, he saw spots of light in the distance. An island. He named it Tierra del Fuego. For the next 400 years, Ushuaia faithfully served its role at the end of the world. It became the continent's penal colony, and its largest building even served as a prison. Many arcanists were exiled there. By the turn of the century, the arcanist hunt had reached its peak, and the Comala Sanatorium was built. Well, as you may already know, at that time, most arcanists were believed to be victims of madness. The sanatorium was their ship of fools. However, as people began to realize that arcanist blood wasn't a guarantee of madness, fewer and fewer were imprisoned there. By 1947, it was officially closed. Until the 1970s, when a group of people from the National Foucault Studies Association returned to the island with new ideas for the location. They spoke in abstract terms and opaque theories that no one could understand. They rebuilt this place and gave it a new name. After a long period of construction, the Comala Sanatorium became a prison once more, one designed to hold arcanist criminals. They were taken from the streets and the psychiatric clinics, from secret societies and rebel groups. Any arcanist deemed mentally or socially unfit would be locked away there. This association claimed the inmates would receive the best treatment, and they would fully recover before being returned to society. A prison, a medical lab, a sanatorium, call it whatever you want. That is what Comala is today. And we could spend the whole winter there. It'd probably be the easiest winter we've ever had. All that it requires is a little bit of acting. It won't be hard to pass ourselves off as a bunch of unstable crackpots. A touch of madness comes parceled with the gifts of being an arcanist.
That's your brilliant idea? To get us locked up in an asylum? You understand we'd be prisoners there, don't you? It's not like we'd get to put our feet up and relax by a fire. You want to go to jail? Well, see that man over there? Go greet him with a punch to the jaw, then you'll be set for the whole winter.
It sounds like a good idea. Recoleta, please. We're not messing with the gendarmeria. We're going to my Aunt Julia's. She said she could take us in at her vineyard up north near the capital. Well, it's harvest season. They could use all the help they can get. We'll return to Ushuaia next year. Or when the winter has passed. It'll still be great. I hear you, amigos. But respectfully, I must turn down your offer. This has been more than just a road trip for me. I know sticking around here for the winter won't be easy, but this could be my last chance. What if things change again? I can't just wait for spring. Recoleta.
What did I tell you, Maria? She never listens. Wasting your breath. Adios, Recoleta. I don't think we'll meet again. Mierda! Los gendarmes are looking straight at us!
What?
Stop right there! You three match the descriptions of some intruders at the poetry meeting in Casa Pionera.
Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse.
Okay, time for the very first fight of the new patch. Let's begin. This should be super easy as, it's just a story patch. It's all on normal mode, so it should be relatively easy. By the way, you can see I have Mercuria. This team looks... it's okay.
Let me... This'll help.
I still wonder why they keep the 3 Arcanist format for these battles. I wonder why they don't standardize to 4. Like really, I really wonder why they don't standardize to 4 Arcanists. Anyhow.
To the right. Everything to the left. Listen. Hey, no mistakes. Look.
Okay, this is the last guy.
You can do it by cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. This place is a real patron.
Should be, like I said, you can see no big problem for normal mode. That guy just got erased from life. Okay.
Although we come from different
Wonderful.
lands, we share
What's
same
this?
dream. There is still much
What is
to be
this?
hopeful for.
Interesting.
Gracias a Dios. Creo que los perdimos. Are you all right? Gracias. Better to kiss the ground than kiss the gendarme's boots, if I must choose. Wait a second. Doris, is that you? Funny how life moves in circles and puts an old friend in my path. How have you been? Are you paying another visit to Kamala? Doris. Timekeeper, could she mean our Dr. Doris? Was I mistaken? How strange. I've never seen two people so alike. But please, forgive me. It's been a long day. No need to apologize. In fact, the person you just mentioned sounds like someone we're looking for. Could you tell me where you last saw her? Sure, Excuse me. You're not from around here, are you? Your accents and those clothes give you away. Come with me. I know a warmer place to talk.
Okay, very nice little establishing first part. You can see there's quite a number of things to do. Interesting. Okay, so we have been introduced to Recoleta, and we see how Vertin and Sonetto are here looking for Doris. What happened in Tristes Tropiques? Oh yeah, they sent Anjo Nala back to Anjo Nala's now part of Vertin's team. But now they are doing something else here.
The moment armies start to march,
hey, it's this guy again.
The world stands still. You fight or fall back, charge forward or run. Those are the only rules on the battlefield. I don't see a start time on this report, nor does it state the reason for or the demands of this war. Ah, a literary war. Indeed, the violence acted upon words is often just as devastating as an order on a battlefield. Words must fulfill their duties to their creators, just as soldiers must answer to their commanders. You don't? The young writers have all been exiled, sent down a path with no signs to follow and no destination. In dark days of bloody conflict, soldiers often find comfort in scriptures and verses, or in letters from their loved ones. They hold those words close, a fragile piece of home, a brief solace from the roaring of the battlefield. But as they fall one by one, they learn the bitter truth. No destiny awaits them but death. That bitter homesickness still weighing heavy in their hearts. In dreams. Maybe. Walking the streets of your hometown. Spending a lazy afternoon at the writing desk. Dreams can take you anywhere. But live there too long, and the lines between fiction and reality will blur. And soon, you'll never wake up again. Soldiers crawl through trenches, roll in the mud, and charge to their deaths again and again. While words are forever trapped within the confines of poetry, made to live, die, and live again under the golden prophecy. Ugh, I can't stand the way poets talk.
Hey, it mentions the Xeno Mutiny. I remember that. Okay, so a few days ago, apparently there was an explosion, a very big explosion. Moving on to this one. Authority, it's always so flexible. Oh yeah, right. This is also after the 2.4 update. That's right, 2.4. 2.5 was like a detour in the story. So 2.4 is what is the most recent like story event. Actually, 2.4 should really count as a story event because Vertin is there. Barcarola, Batutu, that's right. Okay, that's it. Wow, very straightforward. So, for the first part into this story patch, which I assume is going to be quite long. Let's see if I can guess how long this story will be. Probably pretty long. 9th, 18. 18? That doesn't sound quite right. 18 seems oddly short for a story.
Back in town, everyone would be busy enough.
Oh, maybe it is. 18, maybe like plus 3 more, maybe 19, 20, 21. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. As with tradition, we always just cover the first episode in the new update. Just the first one. But do look forward to future episodes of Folie et Déraison. This, like I said, it does look to be a much more exciting story update compared to Tristes Tropiques. That was kind of meh. But I mean, again, that's not fair because I was comparing that to Foreign Sum, which was amazing. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Mintleaf, YouTube's most skill issue gamer, and thanking you for tuning in to this episode of Reverse 1999 Update 2.6 Folie et Déraison. See you all next time, my fellow timekeepers. Stay safe, stay well, and bye-bye.